What a night, huh? Mm. What a close call. Close call for the Avalanche, but the losing streak's finally over. We beat the Blues. I knew we would because we were pumped up, but a lot of games tonight and a lot of pieces of the bracket of the playoff puzzle could be filled in, and it's getting there. It's getting there. A division was clinched. The Hurricanes clinched the Metropolitan Division. Congratulations to them. The Maple Leafs clinched second place with their big win over the Red Wings. Congratulations to them, and congratulations to Austin Matthews. 60 goals. First U.S.-born player ever to score 60 goals. Nice round number, so congratulations to him too. Yet another milestone. The Oilers clinched second place. The Oilers clinched second place in the Pacific Division, so they have home ice advantage. They have home ice advantage in their opening round series, and the final three spots overall could have been wrapped up. Unfortunately, they weren't. Not quite yet, anyway. So, it was Nashville, LA, and Dallas. And Vegas, they're all jockeying for position. Nashville had the chance to get in. They needed to win in regulation, they would get in. But Matt Tkachuk had other plans. He beat the buzzer. The second buzzer-beating goal in the NHL as many did in the last 3 days. Oh boy, this is a wild final week. But anyway, so they went to overtime. Lindholm won in overtime, so Nashville only got 1 point out of it. So it was up to the Dallas and Vegas game. Now Dallas ended up going to overtime, tied at 2. Then they went to the shootout. It was a long shootout, and but. Miro Heiskanen got the shootout goal in, and Jake Ottinger got the stop. Dallas beat Vegas, which means I love it. I want some more of it. I tried so hard. I can't let it above it. Don't know what it is about the Golden Knights losing, but I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Congratulations, Predators. You are playoff bound. Vegas's shootout loss put the Nashville Predators into playoffs with that 1 point they did. They had a whole bunch of ways to get in, but that was one of them. 1 point and a Vegas loss of any kind, and Nashville's in. And amazing group led by Philip Forsberg, got Matt Duchene, yes, I know, a fellow Avs fan. Roman Josi, who's up for the Norris, but not if Cale Makar has something to say about it. It's a hell of a group, but anyway, the Predators got in tonight, and they are going to be a wild card because the top three is already cemented in. It's Colorado, St. Louis, and Minnesota. They're the top three. That's not going to change. But they're a wild card. They're going to face one of the division winners. We still don't know who. Vegas' loss was also someone else's gain tonight. I do like that horn because it sounds like a train. But anyway, the Kings didn't play tonight. They were one of the few teams that didn't play tonight, but they got in. All they needed was a Vegas loss, no matter what kind of loss, and they would get in, and that's exactly what happened. So congratulations to the LA Kings. And I'm happy that the Kings got in because it had been a while. They hit a playoff lull. They last made the playoffs in 2018. It was not a good postseason for them. They got swept. They were the first team ever to lose a playoff series to the Vegas Golden Knights. They were swept by Vegas in a series that saw the Kings only score 3 goals in 4 games. They got shut out twice, Game 1 and Game 4, both 1-0. So, and since then it's been a lull. They've missed the playoffs each of the last 3 years, and of course, Here's that does include 2020, that bubble. Remember it was the bubble playoffs, the 24 teams. The Kings were one of what I call the not so magnificent seven. They were one of the 7 teams who didn't qualify. It's true. So and they're the only one from that group. I think I have that right. They're the only one from that group that's going to make it this year, because the 7 teams that weren't part of the bubble playoffs were the 3 California teams, all 3 of them. The Senators, the only Canadian team not to participate in that playoffs. The Sabres, the Devils, the Red Wings. So it was those 7, and only the Kings out of that group, they're making it. They made it this year. So, major congrats to the Kings for getting in. They got a hell of a team this year. And with that, we have another series set with seed. And with seeding too. The Kings are cemented as the 3rd place team in the Pacific. The Oilers are cemented as the 2nd place team. That means we have our series. It's the Oilers versus the Kings in the Smythe Division semifinals. I mean Pacific Division. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist making that joke, because the last time these 2 teams faced each other in the playoffs, it was the Smythe Division. That crazy great division where it was the Alberta teams, the Kings are always there. But yes, it's the Kings and the Oilers, and that's one of 2 series that's officially set in stone. But this one is the most set because the seeds are in there. So let's go through the whole bracket overall, because a lot of pieces are getting in, but there's still some incompletions. So far in the East, this has been set. In the East, Florida's number 1. They're going to face the 2nd wild card. In one Atlantic Division semifinal. In the other one, Toronto will face whoever's in 3rd place. That still hasn't been set yet because the Bruins won tonight. In the Metro, Carolina clinched the division. They'll face the number 1 wild card, and the Rangers will face the 3rd place team. That hasn't been settled yet. 3rd place in Atlantic still between Tampa Bay and Boston, though Tampa can get it with another win. 3rd in the Metro is between Philly and Washington. Not Philly, Pittsburgh and Washington. And there's 1 point separating those 2 teams, so that could take the rest of the week. One thing we do know, whoever finishes 4th in the Atlantic, they're going to be the number 1 wild card. Whoever finishes 4th in the Metro, they're going to be number 2 wild card. This is because Boston clinched a better record than Washington. So if Washington does not pass Pittsburgh in the standings, that they will be the number 2 wild card. They'll face Florida, and without Ovechkin possibly, because they say Ovechkin's injury is bad enough that he might miss some playoff games. Maybe all round 1. Who knows? And if Boston is cemented, if Boston doesn't pass Tampa, then they'll face Carolina, which will be, I think, the 3rd playoff meeting in the last 4 years. This was the Eastern Conference Final in 2019, and they met in round 2 in that 2020 bubble. So yeah, so that's I'm wrong. They met in round 1 in that 2020 bubble. Boston won both times, so that could change. But anyway, in the East, now the West is a bit more clear than the East is. Now this has been set for a long time. The Avs will face the number 2 wild card in one Central Series. The other Central Series will be the Blues versus the Wild, but seeding is still up for grabs. Both teams are still tied in points with 109. But Minnesota has the game in hand at the moment. Minnesota has 2 games left. St. Louis has the 1, and I think that's on Friday, the final game against Vegas. In the Pacific, Calgary will face the number 1 wild card, and Edmonton and the Kings will face each other. Edmonton will have home ice advantage in that series. As for the rest of the playoff picture, there's not much left in it. It's now between Dallas and Vegas. Vancouver got eliminated when Dallas went to overtime. Dallas is up 2 points. No, I'm wrong. Dallas is up 4 points with both teams have 2 left. Vegas has to win out. And Dallas has to lose both of their final games in regulation because according to the standings, Dallas's magic number is 1 single point. If Dallas goes to overtime in their next game they're in, and Vegas' season will be over. That's going to be a hell of a celebration. Dallas actually plays tomorrow at home against the Arizona Coyotes. So, which should be easy. But remember, Arizona just beat Minnesota, so who knows? So anyway, Nashville is in, L.A. is in, and Vegas has one foot in the grave and the other in a banana peel. So congratulations to the Predators and to the Kings. Congratulations to the Hurricanes for locking up the Metropolitan Division. The bracket is getting much clearer. There's still a few pieces left to be filled in, but they will be filled in. We know that much. Everything should be filled in either Thursday or Friday, but it's going to be interesting those final 2 days. So anyway, congratulations once again to the Predators and to the Kings. And if Dallas quits tomorrow, I will be back to congratulate them and dance on the Golden Knights' grave. So with that, I say, stay tuned.